Good afternoon, students. Let me explain some question from the definite integration using properties. Let us see the question. Evaluate integral of log sin x dx. Limits are 0 to pi by 2. It is one of the important question in which the maximum properties are used. Let us see how to do the question. Let I equal to 0 to pi by 2 log sin x dx. Now using the property 0 to a fx dx equal to 0 to a f of a minus x. So it becomes 0 to pi by 2 log sin pi by 2 minus x dx. Then it becomes I equal to 0 to pi by 2 log cos x dx. Now adding 1 and 2, it becomes 2I equal to 0 to pi by 2 log m plus log n is log m into n. Then multiplying and dividing it by 2, it becomes what? Log 2 sin x cos x upon 2. Now it is a formula of sin 2x. Then it becomes 0 to pi by 2 log sin 2x by 2. Now we can separate it 0 to pi by 2 log sin 2x dx minus log 2 0 to pi by 2 dx. Now here in this first integral I am putting 2x equal to t. It becomes 2 dx equal to dt. So integral becomes, now we are doing the substitution, the limits will be changed. If the lower limit is 0, then the value of t is 0. If upper limit is pi by 2, the value of t is pi. So it becomes 2I equal to dx equal to 1 by 2 dt, 1 by 2 0 to pi log sin t dt minus log 2 as it is. Integral of 1 is x, limits 0 to pi by 2. Then here it becomes 1 by 2 0 to pi log sin x. I am just using, if the variable in the definite integral is changed, then the value of the integral remain the same. Instead of t, I am putting here x. So it becomes 0 to pi log sin x dx minus log 2 pi by 2 minus 0. I have used this property here. A to b fx dx is a to b f of t dt. Then here again applying the property, this property 0 to 2a fx dx equal to 2 times 0 to a fx dx if f of 2a minus x equal to fx. I am applying here this property. Initially the limits are 0 to pi, but we know sin pi minus x equal to sin x. So I can apply the property here. It becomes 1 by 2 as it is into 2 times 0 to pi by 2 log sin x dx minus pi by 2 log 2. Then simplifying 2I equal to 0 to pi by 2 log sin x minus pi by 2 log 2. Again this is the value of I can transfer it to this side. This implies I equal to minus pi by 2 log 2. It is one of the important question of the exercise of the definite integration. Now here let us see the similar question. Integral 0 to pi log 1 plus cos x dx. Again this question will be done with the help of the previous question. Now 1 plus cos x can be written as 2 cos square x by 2 dx. Then using the properties of logarithm, it can be written as 0 to pi log 2 plus 2 log cos x by 2 dx. Then separating the integral 0 to pi log 2 dx plus 2 0 to pi log cos x by 2 dx. Now here this we can integrate log 2 as it is. The integral of 1 is x, limits pi minus 0 plus 2 here, putting here x by 2 equal to t. Putting x by 2 equal to 2, I am getting here dx equal to twice dt, and the limits will be changed. It limits will becomes 0 to pi 2 as it is. Limits become 0 to pi by 2 log cos t to dt. Then it becomes pi by 2 log 2 pi log 2 plus 2 into 2 4 0 to pi by 2 log cos t dt. Then again using the property, it become pi log 2 plus 4. Again using this property here, it become log sin t dt. Now in the previous question we know the integral of 0 to pi by 2 log sin t equal t dt equal to minus pi by 2 log 2. putting the value of the integral from the previous question. Simplifying here, I am getting here I equal to pi log 2 plus 4 minus pi by 2 log 2. Simplifying these expressions, so I equal to minus pi log 2. So these two questions are interrelated with each other, and both are the important question of the exercise. Now let us see the question. I equal to 0 to pi x tan x upon secant x plus cos x dx. Again question will be started from the fourth property. I equal to 0 to pi minus x tan pi minus x secant pi minus x plus cos pi minus x. Now it becomes 0 to pi minus x, it is minus tan x, it is minus secant x, it is minus cos x. Minus will be cancelled. We left with tan x upon secant x plus cos x. Now adding 1 and 2, left hand side become 2i. When we add these two terms, then this term from the numerator will be cancelled out. We left with here pi 0 to pi tan x upon secant x plus cos x. Then converting tan sin by cos secant 1 by cos, simplifying, I am getting here 2i equal to pi into 0 to pi sin x upon 1 plus cos square x. Now putting cos x equal to t, I am getting here minus sin x dx equal to dt. Again substitution is going on, so limit of integration will be changed. When x equal to 0, t equal to cos 0 means 1. When x equal to pi, cos pi is minus 1, so t equal to minus 1. Limit of integration will be changed like this. We left with 2i equal to minus pi 1 to minus 1 dt upon 1 plus t square. And here you must care about it, when by doing substitutions the limits are changing, always the lower limit should be less than the upper limit. But whenever after substitution lower limit becomes greater than the upper limit, we have to use the we can interchange the limits. Now interchanging the limits, this minus sign will be cancelled, so it becomes pi, because when we interchange the limits the integral is multiplied by the negative sign. Then minus plus integral minus 1 to 1 dt upon 1 plus t square. Now it is the integral of tan inverse t, limits minus 1 to 1. Putting the value of limit, tan inverse 1 minus tan inverse minus 1. Now tan inverse 1 is pi by 4, tan inverse minus 1 is minus pi by 4, minus plus. So 2i equal to 2 pi square upon 4, or you can say I equal to pi square by 4. Now see the next question. We have to integrate 0 to 1 x into 1 minus x whole power n dx. If I want to separate this integral, this cannot be separated. So firstly I am using the property. I becomes I equal to 0 to 1 minus x into 1 minus x whole power n, using the again the fourth property that we applied in maximum questions. So it becomes 1 minus x into 1, as it is minus again 1 minus x whole power this. Simplifying 1 minus x, 1 minus 1 cancel, x raised to power n. Now we can separate the integral. The integral can be separated, and then we can easily integrate. X raised to power n is x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1, x raised to power n plus 1, x raised to power n plus 2 upon n plus 2, limit 0 to 1. By taking the limits, putting the limit upper limit minus lower limit in both this expression, here I am getting 1 upon n plus 1, here I am getting minus 1 upon n plus 2. Simplifying, I am getting 1 upon n plus 1 into n plus 2. See the next question. Integral of 0 to 1 cot inverse 1 minus x plus x square dx. It can be written as 0 to 1 tan inverse 1 upon 1 minus x plus x square dx, because we know tan inverse x equal to cot inverse 1 upon x, or cot inverse x is tan inverse 1 upon x. Now here's, this is the important step here. This 1 can be written as x plus 1 minus x, and in the denominator 1 as it is, from these two expression x is common, x into 1 minus x. So we are getting the same angle in the numerator and the denominator. Now I can use tan inverse a plus b upon 1 minus A into B equal to tan inverse A plus tan inverse B. So it can be written as 0 to 1 tan inverse x plus tan inverse 1 minus x dx. Then again first integral as it is, again applying the fourth property in this. I am getting 0 to 1 tan inverse 1 as it is minus 1 minus x dx. When I simplifying it, 0 to 1 tan inverse x as it is, it becomes again tan inverse x. So it becomes 2 into integral of tan inverse x. Now it is the inverse function, so I can integrate using integration by parts, taken unity as the second function. So again integrating by parts, 2 as it is, tan inverse x as it is, integral of 1 is x minus the derivative of tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square, this x as it is. See this point here, derivative of tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square, this x as it is. Then multiplying and dividing it by 2 for the next step. This you can do in 2 steps also for more clarification. So what I have done, multiplying and dividing it by 2. So here it become, taking the limits, it become tan inverse 1 into 1 minus 0 minus 1 by 2 log of 1 plus x square, because I am using the result f dash x upon fx is log of fx. So it become log of 1 plus x square. Then putting upper limit and the lower limit, it become tan inverse 1 pi by 4, 2 into pi by 4 minus 2 cancel with 2, log 2 minus log 1, and log 1 is 0. So it become 2 into pi by 4 minus log 2. Simplifying, I am getting I equal to pi by 2 minus log 2. This is our answer. This is all about today. Now in this way we have completed definite integration using the properties of definite integration. Now in the homework you have to complete exercise 10.3 and tomorrow we will start the next unit. This is all about today.